you obviously looked up to your father. What was it like losing him at such a young age?
It was very traumatic. Very traumatic. That was tough. That was tough. Even to this day, it's something that, yeah, I still well up over at times. There was a big toll. You know, he was not only an incredible example of a wonderful person to emulate, but there was a security net with him. You know, he was just so strong and so wise, and firm but gentle in a way, at times when it was appropriate to be, but very stern when he had to be. You know, he could, you know, turn on the dime with that stuff. You know. So to lose him at an early age where there was such direction, when he was such a big part of my life, was shocking. There was a feeling of emptiness, a feeling of loneliness. That void never really was filled, you know. And of course, throughout my life, I always spoke to him and would discuss what was going on, and hoping he was proud of what was going on. And of course, raising Richard was part of that.
Roger that. Hallelujah, Father back. I got a papa that's as awesome as the one you had. I thank God that I've had you for as long as I have, and I can't imagine what you went through when you lost him, Dad. But you brought him back with what you taught me, and because of you and him, I have an image for when I'm a dad. All them talks we had, acting like I ain't know how to act until I stepped back and tried to walk your path. Ain't no on-demand button to become a man. Manual of class to teach you street smart. Scars amassed. I could have been an author or a Harvard grad. Instead, I was the asshole to talk back and forth in class. Scholarship and spitballs on instructor backs. Cops called me driving smash. Phone call, I dialed dad. Used to fake yell to get my mama off my back. Progress, recording songs. Your guitarist on this track. Remember stuffing juice and candy in my starter jacket. Packing a patch fat, cause movies overcharged for snacks. Damn, our past had a lot of laughs, but you've been curing cancer since the first time I called you Dad.
The first and foremost was that being a father was not about fathering a child. It was about the obligations that you have as a father. I think that reality, he smacked me with that kind of reality early on in life. And that whole thing about being in your child's life, losing him early in life certainly had an effect on me. And I never wanted him to feel that.
I feel pride that he stormed the beach at Normandy, and know that stormy beach weather's nothing that should bother me. He taught us hard work, word is bond, talk is cheap. Received a purple heart but didn't flaunt it for the world to see. Don't show all your cards, some things are yours to keep. Hero in a war at sea, family anchor Orchard Street. Depression bread, getting apple for Christmas. Bread from your work ethic, got an apple for Christmas. Provide sustenance by which we can eat. With us three, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. In the cemetery where he's buried next to Grandma Jerry. Never felt dead and cold, it's always June and January. Can we spell out Navy in a modernist light? N-A-V-Y navigates the Y in our life. I've always felt I've had the guiding light, guardian type behind me, talking to me, calming me like all in due time. You got it.
So he was a guy I could talk to about anything. He was a guy I looked up to tremendously. He was a guy who gave me my ability to be disciplined to myself and to do the things that I perceived were important in my life. My father was totally a family man. He worked and he lived for his family. He didn't wear nice clothes. He didn't drive a nice car. And he did little for himself. Very, very little for himself, next to nothing. So when he was sick, he would say things like, oh, I'm gonna buy $100 suit when I get better. And I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna do the things that I wanted to do for my life that I'd never done, you know? And I remember feeling so sad that we all knew. The doctor told us right away, your father's gonna die.
Firm, gentle, like I love you, but don't make me end you. Instrumental, both in music and in life's essentials. Most of what I freehanded, you seen as a stencil. So when I have drawn outside the lines, you tried to guide the pencil. Me in, whenever you could never mind your schedule. No divorce would force you out. For us, you would've fucked up Grendel. You kept it best friends, but it was always still parental. This is your and grandpa's song, man, I feel like a vessel. through. I hope this song is the connective tissue, mending you to him, to me, to all the future next to kin we ever get to. Navy man from the greatest generation earned his stripes in the sea, then policing on the pavement. NYPD streets, you repeated his vocation. Now I educate the city youth to keep them out your station. All three on beat, y'all walked it, you play it on guitar. I try to stay on it with my statements that we make.
That was just a real reality check about life, about how finite life is and how fragile life is, and that you should really try to appreciate it every day and along the way, not just by having these aspirations or these goals in life, you know, but that's important to have goals, work to them, but you got to enjoy the little things along the way, because that's really what it's about. Life is a balance of, you know, you're conflicted in life about a lot of things, and I think music is one of them. And I think it's an important part of your life to go after the things that mean something to you. I think it's very important, because life is finite. We're here for a period of time. We don't know how long that's going to be. For some, it's a very short period. For some, it's a very long period. But nobody knows. So while you have the energy, while you have the health, you really should go after those things that you love in life, whatever they are, you know. It's important. I mean, certainly the arts is a big part of that, but it's whatever, you know, whatever it is. If it's becoming a fine craftsman and putting your heart and your soul into the wood and making things like instruments or whatever, furniture, you know, you really should pursue what really does it for you and figure that out. The earlier you figure that out and you walk the road of that and learning it and experiencing it hands-on. Hands-on is the key, you know. The more satisfied you'll be, the more adjusted you'll be in life, I think.